On Tuesday, February 20th, as most of us were watching the CW documentary about the Delphi murders, an alert ran across the broadcast where I live in Wisconsin. It was an Amber Alert for a missing child. The Two Rivers police received a call around 8 a.m. that a child went missing from a home in the 3900 block of Mishicot Road in Two Rivers. Elijah, who is 3 years old, is 3 feet tall, 45 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. He was last seen wearing gray pants, a long-sleeved dark shirt, red and green dinosaur shoes, and was possibly carrying a red and white plaid blanket. He has a birthmark on his left knee. He was last seen by an adult caregiver named Jesse Vang and went missing from Vang's residence. Police held a brief conference on February 22nd.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ben Meinert, the Chief of Police with Two Rivers Police Department. I'd like to provide everybody with an update on our efforts to locate a 3-year-old missing boy, Elijah View, who's been missing from our community since yesterday morning. Our hearts go out to Elijah's family during this incredibly difficult time. We want to assure them and the public that we are doing everything in our power to bring Elijah home safely. I will not discuss specific strategies related to the search for Elijah because I simply don't want to limit the information our community has to offer. Since the moment Elijah was reported missing, our law enforcement from local, state, and federal agencies, along with dedicated volunteers and community members, have been working tirelessly around the clock to search every inch of our city and beyond into the county. Our search and rescue teams have been combing through our neighborhoods, parks, wooded areas, and they've been following up on all leads and tips from the public. We still have an active Amber Alert. That Amber Alert for Elijah, we are continuing to follow every and all avenues. Elijah is a 3-year-old male. He was last seen at approximately 8 a.m. yesterday in the 3800 block of Mishicot Road here in the city of Two Rivers. Elijah is approximately 3 feet tall, 45 to 55 pounds, with brown eyes and dark blonde hair. He was wearing dark colored sweatpants and shoes with a dinosaur print. I want to take a moment to express our deepest gratitude to everyone who has volunteered their time, resources, and support to assist in the search for Elijah. Your unwavering commitment to the well-being of Elijah and our community is inspiring. We could not do this without you. As we continue our efforts, I want to emphasize the importance of remaining vigilant and proactive. Additionally, I want to remind everyone to please refrain from spreading rumors and false information. This can hinder our search efforts for Elijah. All official facts and information regarding this search will come from us at the Two Rivers Police Department. Let us focus on our collective energy on supporting one another and bringing Elijah home. If you haven't done so, please check your home surveillance and search your personal property, but also be mindful of others' private property. We urge anyone with any information, no matter how insignificant it may seem, please come forward and share that with law enforcement. Immediately, every piece of information could be the key to bringing Elijah home. Anyone with information can call the state tip line. We've provided that number, 844-267-6648, or utilize the P3 Crime Stoppers app. You can choose to remain anonymous. The Two Rivers Police Department will provide updates as more information becomes available. Again, thank you. Thank you once again for your continued support and all the cooperation that we've had during these challenging times. Thank you.
Chief, do you have a suspect right now? And where are the mother and father in all of this?
Sorry, we're not going to take any questions at this time.
Elijah's mother, Katrina Bauer, is originally from Wisconsin Dells. She has become a central figure in the search for Elijah, and her actions leading up to Elijah's disappearance are under scrutiny by law enforcement. Katrina was charged with being party to the crime of child neglect. She sent Elijah to stay with her boyfriend, Jesse Vang, in Two Rivers for disciplinary purposes. Katrina was not in Two Rivers when Elijah went missing. Jesse Vang, 39, of Two Rivers, Wisconsin, was arrested and is being held on child neglect charges. Jesse Vang has a lengthy criminal history. The following are some of his criminal convictions: drug trafficking, child abuse charge in 2002, federal drug trafficking offense in 2017. He was convicted of a federal drug trafficking offense which resulted in a federal hold. The federal hold is similar to a probation hold in Wisconsin. OWI, battery, and other drug-related charges. Law enforcement officers from Two Rivers Police Department, Manitowoc Police Department, Manitowoc County Sheriff's Office, Sheboygan County Sheriff's Office, and the FBI have been working diligently to search the city and county for Elijah. This also includes searching and focusing on the Wisconsin Dells area where Katrina is from. Hundreds of local residents, including the boy's family, have searched the city looking for Elijah. Efforts are being coordinated both on land and water. The police have conducted extensive searches of rivers and other bodies of water using boats, drones, and dogs. They have been speaking with people who live in the general area. One of the areas extensively searched was a landfill nearby. Two organizations have also assisted in the search. Wings of Hope Search and Rescue specializes in aerial and underwater search and rescue utilizing drones. North Star Search and Rescue is also assisting in the search and rescue operations. On Friday, February 23rd, Bauer and Vang were in court in regarding to their bail hearings. Let's listen to this hearing now.
So our first individual is Katrina Bauer. Ms. Bauer is referred for party to a crime neglecting a child. There is a probable cause statement. At this point, this is referred for charges. It is not yet a complaint. And it is just that charge. I don't know what the public is expecting to happen today, but I just wanted to set everyone up that this is probably going to be disappointing to what you think. This is the charge. This is what we're dealing with. All right, Attorney Larson.
Ms. Bauer's address is 920 Race Street, apartment 203, Wisconsin Dells, 53965. She does not currently have a telephone number. Her date of birth is 12/9/92. She is currently receiving SSDI and therefore is not employed. She has a history of making court dates except for 2 occasions. In 2017, she had a bench warrant issued, but 2 days later it was withdrawn without a hearing. Then she had another missed court in a CT matter, and that was restored to a signature bond within a week.
All right, thank you. We'll hear from the DA, and then my understanding is there are some victims that wish to speak. They do have a right to speak on the subject of bail only today. And then I will give Attorney Larson the last word before I make a decision. Attorney Labrie.
Commissioner, the state is asking for $15,000 cash bail. We're asking for no contact with the co-defendant, Jesse Vang. We're also asking for no contact with any children under the age of 18. Judge Dietz has already found probable cause. That was done yesterday with an affidavit submitted to the judge. So probable cause has been established by a circuit court judge. The state feels that the cash bond is warranted based upon the facts that are listed in the affidavit before Your Honor, as well as the fact that she intentionally sent that child for disciplinary reasons for more than a week to the residence. She was aware of the tactics used and the lack of care provided. This was an intentional thing by her. And on at least 2 occasions during the interviews, she has provided false information on her whereabouts during the past week. So there is a concern of providing false information to officers. So there is additional charges of obstructing that will be coming. She does not reside in Manitowoc County. She does have, as Attorney Larson referenced, some prior matters. She has 17 CT 752 out of Outagamie County, where I counted 4 missed court appearances. February 1st, 2018, where a bench warrant was authorized. That was returned on warrant February 9th. May 16th, 2018, bench warrant was issued. Return on warrant was May 23rd. On August 14th, 2018, failed to appear for the plea hearing. Bench warrant authorized. Return on warrant October 19th. November 6th, 2018, failed to appear. Bench warrant returned on November 15th. Then in 17 CT 236 out of Outagamie County, there was a missed court on June 21st. The return on warrant was June 23rd. She also has 2 prior disorderly conduct convictions, one from 2015 in Outagamie County and one from 2011 in Winnebago County. I think she, based upon her lack of ties, the seriousness of the offense, the prior missed court appearances, that a significant cash bail is warranted, and I would ask the court to impose that with the other conditions requested. Thank you.
And I'll just review, it was the no contact with persons under the age of 18 and no contact with the co-defendant.
Correct.
All right, thank you. All right, so at this point, the victims that wish to speak can come up. You need to come up to one of the microphones. You do not need to identify yourself.
Okay. My family and I are requesting a no cash bail. They are the last 2 to have seen our baby Elijah, and at this moment are the prime suspects. So until we find the truth as to the whereabouts of Elijah, we would like to make sure that these 2 are readily available for questioning. In the case where bail is given and made, we ask that the person on bail will have no contact with anyone under the age of 18 years old and the families of the victim. That is all I have.
Right, thank you. Someone else? Or no? Okay. All right, that's the only victim that wishes to speak. Attorney Larson.
Commissioner, I would just indicate that Ms. Bauer does not have any cash to post. She does receive SSDI. She does qualify for an attorney through our office, and she has no significant assets. I understand that she lives in Wisconsin Dells, but she does reside in the state, and she will appear at all future court dates. We ask that the court take those factors into consideration.
This court has neglect charges before it fairly regularly. This case, though, has drawn the attention because we have the missing child involved. And that, of course, pulls that court's feelings and emotions and heartstrings for the care of the child, but it doesn't change the nature of the charges from any other neglect case. And I think we have to keep that in mind too, that that's what we have right now. I've seen the probable cause statements. I know there's more specifics about the alleged behaviors, tactics, as I believe Attorney Labrie referenced it. I suspect that as charging decisions are made, there could be other charges added. The mother, though, was not present. She knew. That makes it the party to the crime or enabling the behaviors. the lack of immediate ties to the community are something I can consider. The likelihood that there would be additional misses. While the family is saying low cash bail, they want the individuals to be available. If they're in the jail, potentially they are available. Now, the other consideration besides the alleged crimes, to also consider the ability of a person to abide by the conditions, which means are they able to post? And it would not appear that Ms. Bauer on her own is able to do so. I do not know if she has resources as she reaches out to her extended family that would be able to assist her in posting bond. I thank Attorney Labrie for mentioning that Judge Dietz had already taken care of signing the probable cause statements. There's no doubt that the information does meet that standard. I am going to set cash bail. At this stage, the $15,000, while substantial, is also appropriate. I'll set that amount with the two conditions: no contact with any persons under the age of 18, no contact with the co-defendant, Jesse Bang. And everyone knows the name, so I'm just going to use it. I don't think there's any point, and we don't usually protect the co-defendant. We've been putting the names in the documents. Now, the next hearing will, of course, be on Monday, following usual practices. I don't know where we'll be on Monday, but for court, that will be in branch. We're moving to 3, are we not, on Monday? Yes. February 26th, 130, branch 3. Failure to appear, a warrant would be issued. You have the right to be represented. As noted, public defender will be representing, at least at this stage. And I believe that's everything. So thank you. You can leave the room. All right, we are prepared. We'll go back on the record. This is Jesse Bang. Mr. Bang is referred for child neglect. There is a probable cause statement. I'll just jump ahead and assume that Judge Dietz signed the probable cause on this matter as well. I don't have that copy. That is the only charge here as well today. Attorney Larson.
Mr. Bang's address is 3918 Mishicot Road, apartment 2 in Two Rivers. His phone number is 920-242-4289. His date of birth is 1/4/84. He is currently self-employed. I looked at CCAP over the past 10 years. There was a 2012 case. There were no misses. It also appears that he's on a federal detainer or federal supervision.
I have heard that bit of information as well. Attorney Labrie?
Commissioner, the state is asking for $20,000 cash. We're asking for no contact with the co-defendant, no contact with any children under the age of 18, as well as absolute sobriety. The defendant, as the court had noted, probable cause has been found by Judge Dietz already. He was the actor that was here in the community dealing with the victim and utilizing the discipline and the tactics as well as the lack of care. I think there is sufficient probable cause that has also been confirmed by the judge in the affidavits that have been submitted. I am concerned about his appearance in court. He has recently been convicted in 2017 in federal court of conspiracy to distribute methamphetamine. He was incarcerated for approximately 6 years as a result of that and was on supervision when this occurred. I believe there is currently a hold, but that is also being reviewed. He does have prior record in addition to that. He had an OWI first in 2023. In 2007, he had felony bail jumping out of Outagamie County, where aggravated battery and battery were dismissed and read in. He failed to appear for his arraignment on May 23rd, 2008, and the return on warrant was May 22nd, 2009. So he failed to appear for court and did not return for a year later. He also has from 2007 a disorderly conduct, 2006 resisting and obstructing out of Outagamie County. That same year, possession of cocaine as second and subsequent out of Outagamie. In 2004, delivery of cocaine out of Winnebago. That same year, possession of cocaine out of Outagamie. In 2002, battery by inmate. Also that same year, a child abuse out of Outagamie County, as well as a fleeing an officer. He has been incarcerated a significant amount of time over the past several years. He also, while on state supervision in the past, has had 3 separate abscondings in 2009, 2004, and 2003. He has contacts or family in California, Michigan, and Minnesota, so he does have resources outside the state of Wisconsin. I think a significant cash bond is warranted. I would ask for the $20,000 cash with the no contact with the co-defendant, no contact with any children under 18, as well as absolute sobriety. There was a reference in the probable cause affidavit to consumption of alcohol, so I would ask for that condition as well.
Attorney LaBrie, I just want to verify my understanding. This federal detainer is based upon and it's supervision, so it's much like a probation hold in Wisconsin?
It is similar, but he does have rights to a hearing, and I believe there was a hearing today. I don't know the results of the hearing.
All right, thank you. Okay, at this point, if the victim wishes to speak on this case as well, or if there's another victim, this would be the time. No one has to, but this is the time if you wanted to. All right, you think that? Okay. All right, so Attorney Larson.
Commissioner, the Mrs. and that Ms. LaBrie cited occurred over 15 years ago. Typically, we wouldn't take those into consideration. It is referred as a child neglect. Obviously, we're aware that there's questions about whether it will remain as this charge, but currently it is this charge. He is on federal supervision. He is not going anywhere. When the state is asking for $20,000 cash on a child neglect, I think that signifies that the federal authorities are not going to be releasing him anytime soon. He does qualify for an attorney through our office. One will be appointed, but we are asking for significantly lesser cash.
Well, in one way, I've already set the $15,000 on the other individual, so we have a precedent for today's purposes. And it is clear to me that taking the probable cause statement as true for today, he is the one who was present and would be responsible for any neglect resulting in the child being missing or the lack of care. That being the case, we'll set the $20,000. He also has a greater ability to flee and not appear. I don't know how the detainer will work. The $20,000 cash, absolute sobriety, no use of alcohol or drugs, any kind, anywhere, in any amounts. No contact with any persons under the age of 18. Just to to make it clear, if there is a 17-year-old in custody, the jail rules will apply to that. That's not going to be affected by this provision. This is when you are out of custody. Additionally, no contact with Katrina Bauer. Violation of any of the conditions would be grounds for additional charges. The initial appearance will be February 26th, 1:30, Branch 3. Failure to appear, a warrant would be issued, and you do have the right to be represented by a lawyer. With that, you may leave the room. Now, that is the end of these two cases.
As we just heard, Katrina Bauer was given a cash bond of $15,000. Jesse Vang was given a cash bond of $20,000. Neither individual is expected to be able to make this bond and will remain in jail. Additional charges may come this week. Two River Police Departments has been providing regular updates to the community via their Facebook page. They have continually cautioned the viewers to be aware of scams, seeking money, or personal information related to the case. The Two Rivers Police Department is the official source of information and has advised the community about following them as inaccurate information has been given out by others. A reward of $1,000 is being offered through Crime Stoppers for information leading to Elijah's location or the arrest of anyone involved in his disappearance. As the investigation continues, authorities are closely examining the circumstances around Elijah's disappearance and focus on the role his mother and her boyfriend may have played in the disappearance. The police and community remain hopeful that Elijah will be found safe, and law enforcement is committed to finding answers. As we all know, the longer a child is missing, the greater the chance they will not be found safely. In most of these situations, the child is deceased and may never be recovered. Our hope is that someone can provide information on the whereabouts of Elijah so that all involved can be prosecuted to the full extent, and this child can be returned to the family members who truly loved and cared about him. If you have any information on the whereabouts of Elijah or any tips on who may have any knowledge of anyone involved, please contact the tip line in Manitowoc County at 844-267-6648. Beyond the Evidence will continue to follow this case and bring you updates as they occur. Our hope is that Elijah can be found safely, or the individuals who are involved in his disappearance or death are brought to justice. Please share this video with other missing groups in Wisconsin and surrounding states. Share this video with other true crime groups and throughout the state of Wisconsin. We need to help police find Elijah.
It is now day 5 in the search for the missing Elijah Vu. I'm your Lakeshore neighborhood reporter Preston Stober, and I live in this community. I can say that the searches and the rescues have persisted for the last few days. But today, one search happened here at the Mikado Theater in Manitowoc, and this search was organized by a family.
We just want to know that he's safe.
This is Elijah's uncle, Orson Vu.
When I'm out there, every step I'm taking, it's just potentially closer to finding him.
He says the family found out on Facebook, like the rest of us, and they have been searching as much as possible since Elijah went missing on Tuesday.
There were a ton of people everywhere, and we were blown away. It was unbelievable how much support the community gave us and were willing to help with the search.
During the search party meeting at the theater, the family spoke. Orson said there's one clear message amongst them.
Keep pushing forward, keep trying, really. Just don't give up.
And Orson says his whole family has become a true team.
When stuff, like this happens, we all drop everything and come together, and it's truly an eye-opening thing.
On Saturday, the search gathered maps and took a more organized approach. The search has been long and hard for many involved, but Orson, he feels empowered to keep going.
It's hard. There's times where it's just like, I need to take a break, but the community, out here, online, everywhere, they're so supportive, and that makes you want to just go the extra mile and just go even further.
There is another search scheduled for Sunday morning at 9:15, once again here at Mikado Theater. In Manitowoc, Preston Stober, NBC 26.
Katrina Bauer, a woman who family of Vu has identified as his mother, is being held in the Manitowoc County Jail. Bauer and Jesse Vang, whose address in court records matches where the boy was last seen, were supposed to appear in Manitowoc County Court Thursday afternoon for a bond hearing. Vang is being held on a requested charge of child neglect. Bauer is being held on a requested charge of party to child neglect. Authorities not saying why the hearings were canceled, only telling Fox 11 they could appear in court on Friday.